Hello, SpeedGaming viewers, and welcome to another Link to the Past Randomizer Main Tournament 2022 match. This is a bracket round 2 match with matt7898 on the left side facing off against Illus on the right. We are playing MC Boss Shuffle today, and we'll talk about that a little bit once we're kind of getting into the game itself here and getting things rolling. I'm Adlorn. With me in the booth today is Titan84. How you doing today?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic, and we have two absolutely fantastic runners here. We're in the part of the tournament, round of 32, where you are not going to have an easy opponent at all. Everybody here is the top of the top.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is game one for these two, so they still have a full set to play out, and the winner of this will go on to face Error. Definitely not something we probably want to anticipate playing against. Very strong opponent. Who, yeah, that'll be in the round of 16. Whoever gets out of that, like man, top 8 is. You make it to top 8 in this tournament, you know you're doing pretty well for yourself at least. And we are just about ready to get going. We'll be through our stream delay and all that in just a moment. We'll have these two off, and we'll see what we start out with in terms of items and all that.
We are starting out with some music here from, I believe, Matt here with Donkey Kong Country MSU pack. But our runners are off.
Here we go. Both starting at Sank. We've got a Cane and Burna. All right.
I mean, it's an okay item to have, but not really necessary.
So we are playing MC Boss Shuffle, so we're going to be looking out for a little more information than usual. Maps and compasses are shuffled around. We're going to want a number of them. Maps are good for telling us what those dungeon prizes are, because we still need all 7 crystals. And the compasses are good for knowing what bosses are in the dungeons, because those are all mixed up as well.
Yeah, some dungeons you really don't need it, because it's so easy to get to the boss, like Thieves Town. But like Turtle Rock, Pod, there's so many dungeons here that you have such a long way to go to find the boss. And we have a glove already.
First glove at the mushroom spot, pretty early. Early gloves are nice to see. They kind of open up some additional options. You could see a pretty early mountain trip.
Yeah, Matt getting a little bit of magic there, but not enough for anything other than killing something.
Yeah, a little bit, slight bit of capability for using Burna to take down 1 or 2 enemies, maybe, yeah. Guards are in the bomb pack there, so we can actually get some early bombs. Illus kind of making a good check there.
Yeah, we do have some 50-50 bombs here under these rocks, which Matt doesn't pick up. Okay.
Strolls right by it. Yeah, that top rock in that formation of 4 has a 50-50 chance. And early glove, you might not even remember you have an early glove this early. You're thinking about other things, but yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I got them both checking the well and the blinds hut in tandem here. We got a map of Thieves Town in the blinds. We got a sword in the well and a flute over in blinds.
Yeah. Big thanks to our tracker, Akuish, for keeping track of all these items, because that's a lot of items at the same time.
Yeah, when the runners split up early and they're both hitting blinds and well at the same time, it's just like, all right, well, we got to keep track of both sides really hard, as best as we can.
Matt getting bailed out there with some bombs at the back of the inn, so...
Yeah, it's really nice when you've got that 3-pack in the taverns. You have to wrangle up money to buy bombs from the shop.
Yeah, because he doesn't have the money.
Blue boomerang in the back of the well. There's also a compass of some sort. I missed the text on it. Yeah, the compasses will give us the option to look at the map when we're inside a dungeon. We'll get a little icon on the left that shows us what boss is there, so you can kind of anticipate that, which is really important for certain dungeons to have a long trip to the boss.
Yeah. Now, our runners are a little bit short on money, so we are gonna have to skip the bottle vendor. We should come back to find that later, but you have to remember that Illus is freeing the bird, and Matt is about to do the same.
Early flute's going to be really nice for our early game mobility. We'll be able to more easily get to such isolated locations like a Yena's Cave or Ice Rod. I mean, we'll have less of a likelihood of having those hanging.
Yeah. Unfortunately here for Matt, that he has to go back into here.
Working himself a little bit closer to bottle vendor money, but we're still going to be 20 short unless he makes one more lap to get it.
Yeah. He might do it, because there was no other money here. Yeah, he's doing another lap.
Yep. I like this, actually. You're close enough. One more lap, and you... I mean, it's not terrible to get back here. You do have an early flute, so, yeah, it wouldn't be awful to leave this behind and come back a little bit later.
Oh, but if it's like Hammer or Moonpearl, you kind of need to get back here at some point.
Yeah. We've got just a big 20 on library. Nothing exciting there. Bottle vendor. Ooh, well, that's a mirror.
Oh, that is big. Because Matt can immediately go up the mountain and logically get over to Hera.
Yeah. We just need Illus to come up with 40 or 39 more rupees and then make the quick trip back to flute to bottle vendor, and then yeah, there's her 10-pack of arrows. I don't want that.
Let's flip into the dam, and you getting big usage out of that flute. Again, going around the world.
Oh yeah,
Almost money now.
No saving quits necessary in the early game. You can just flute to your next destination. Very nice.
Yeah.
What's our flooded treasure today? We've got just a bomb pack. I don't know if those are going to work. They've been underwater for too long.
I would probably pick those bombs up, because you have... Oh, correct, you have a sword to kill them now. Never mind.
Yeah, you might think of... Yeah, you might want to... Yeah, with a sword, it's not too bad. I mean, extra bombs would be nice for making this a little bit faster, but Illus is not concerned. And many Moldarms are cooperating. Very nice.
Powder, nice. Bottle, okay.
Compass of Eastern Palace.
Still not enough money.
Map a skull.
Yeah, Illus still doesn't have his 100 rupees. You might get it here in Baku Escape, which Matt is checking now. Compass. Nope. Illus is not happy about not having that 100 rupees yet, and this is unusual to go this long without having 100 rupees.
Yeah. Where the where's all the money in the early game? What the heck? Alright, we'll trade places for a little bit here. This is pretty typical in the early game. There's a lot of early opening Sphere 1 stuff to cover, and they'll kind of go back and forth on doing things that a runner's done.
Yeah. Matt does get to do the dam a little bit faster because he could mirror delete that block. Okay, let's go to the front of Escape with that sword.
Seems like a decent idea. You do have a weapon to get through castle, and you also there are no shuffled bosses here to deal with, so it's not like going to Eastern where you might run into something you can't kill.
Yeah, but you can't even reach the boss in Eastern. We need a bow for that.
Sure, yeah.
Just a piece of heart from the uncle. And flippers.
Early flippers as well. Really got a lot of interesting options in this early game here.
You say interesting, I say Zoras and Logic. with no money.
With no money anywhere, yeah. Well, maybe Illus will get some money in front of Castle and can actually go then clean up, get the sick kid and the bottle vendor checks at the same time.
Yeah, if he actually gets any money in here.
Yeah, if. We'll see.
And he has the ferry out. I think he wants the death ball.
Yeah, most likely planning on walking to Dark Cross after this. He knows he has the key already, so there's the rest of Castle is full of items. There's a book in the first chest.
Okay. Hey, we have our 300 rupees.
There's one of the 300s in Ice Rod Cave. 5 of those in the pool, and we've found 1 so far.
Not going right back immediately to do his second.
We have forced the day of child. Ooh, a hook shot.
Oh my god, the mountain is so open right now.
Yeah, very delicious mountain prospect here. I think
And
Matt's probably heading for it. Yeah.
Still no money for Illus.
So Kakariko ended up having 5 really good items today. Well, 4 really good items and a Quake Medallion, which we might find out is useful later. We'll see.
Now, Illus has flippers and book. He might just do flipper checks or just dip into desert. See what he finds to do Agina. Still not enough money. And the guards are bomb packed.
You can't get any money there. Heart piece on the old man for Matt, and we'll continue up the mountain, of course.
Is there any pickable money in the back here, or in the escape sequence here?
We've only not seen Dark Cross at this point. We'll have to see. Maybe that has it.
I'm not sure if there are pots with money here.
If at best, I think there are a couple like green ruby pots in the sewers, but yeah, none with any value more than that.
Okay. It's not a usual situation to be in, where you're here and you need absolutely money.
Dark Cross coming up here. Compass of Swamp Palace. Well,
yeah. So nothing in lower or upper Paradox Cave, and we are now going into lower or upper Paradox Cave. Yeah, this place is confusing. Okay.
Ice Rod. All right.
Ice Rod.
You do like to see that in MC Boss because that is half of the Trinex killing kit. You don't want to run into bosses you can't destroy. Mushroom on the island. All right.
Which between our runners, when they get doubled access, we can get to. Matt still needs his flippers from Front to Escape, and Illus needs his mirror.
Illus will see what the man of the bridge has. Boots.
Oh, that's nice for Illus.
This early game is loaded. We've got all of our footwear already. Flippers and boots. We got mirror, flute, hook shot, a glove. There's a lot going on in this early game. Jeez. We have a ton of options basically. There's going to be a lot of potential divergence here.
Illus is finally going to get his 300 rupees, and Matt finds a Master Sword in Spiral Cave.
We don't. The big thing we don't have yet is Dark World access. We're missing either a second glove or the hammer, and still haven't found that Moon Pearl. It's lurking somewhere.
It could just be up here in Hera.
I'm wondering about that book actually. An early book always what's in Desert Palace, and I've in my last couple races I had maybe just confirmation bias maybe, but an early book in both of those races where it popped up early led to a moon pearl. So
Yeah, so that's another sword.
third sword in Spec Rock Cave. We take
Yeah.
those.
So Illus is going to be able to check either tablet, no matter what, when he gets up here.
Yeah. We've got free bees in the waterfall refill.
Tablet sword at 13 minutes and you haven't even dipped a single dungeon. That's a good feeling.
Oh yeah, really nice to have their third sword so early. And there's a bottle on Zora Ledge with red potion. Probably won't be getting that.
Nope.
We got a map up top here, so Matt will be mirroring onto that. We'll see what map that is in a moment.
Now, Illus really doesn't want anything on Zora, and Matt really doesn't want anything on either tablet. Either of those have anything required for Dark World, that's gonna be their last location. Well, there's some hits.
Second glove in Bonk Rocks.
And we have a Mopula up here in Hera, so Bonk Rocks directly into Kingston.
Moth's a very easy boss whenever it's not in its own room, basically. Oh, there's the Moon Pearl. King's Tomb. Oh, okay.
So we needed Flippers from the Uncle to go to the Hobo to get our boots, then go to Bonk Rocks to get our mitts, and then to Kingston. I really hope Illus remembers to go and go to the bottle vendor.
Yeah, no kidding. Needs that
right
mirror.
Now, that is very easy to forget.
Map check really quick. On Illus' side, we saw a red crystal at Thieves Town and a blue crystal at Skull.
Especially since he is here without the mirror.
Yeah, he won't be able to just easily get like a checkerboard cave and desert checks here too.
Yeah. Now, his only Dark World access is in the village with those myths, so he can't actually miss it unless he actually forgets that he hasn't.
Yeah.
And he's going up the mountain first.
I mean, there's not a whole lot he can do here. Yeah, he's basically restricted to only this and Spec Rock.
Yeah, which is a sword for him.
Yeah, so it's not like he can get too lost on the mountain. He'll be having to come back later once he's got the mirror and hook shot. Yeah.
Yeah. Now Matt needs to head to the front of Escape soon because that's his progression, and this looks like it.
Yep, flippers to boots to second glove to Moon Pearl. Quite the early game progression chain.
Yeah, and okay, let's think of a potion.
Picking up an early green, maybe thinking about having that available for a dip into pod in the near future.
Hey, Illus didn't check Spec Rock.
He didn't go inside. No, he got the old man and fluted out.
Okay. He's not gonna be happy seeing that sword, and he's definitely not happy about that hook shot.
And this mirror too. I mean, the mirror hook
or this mirror.
The mirror hook shot might throw him right back up the mountain here. He's gonna flute, maybe back to one. We'll see.
That's a lot of slashes. That's a lot of slashes.
All right. I can understandably upset about having that there for a while. Yeah. When the seed gives you no money early on, you're like, how the heck do I even afford bottle vendor?
It literally took him 14 minutes to have enough money for the bottle vendor.
So chat's pointing out that this actually works out all right for Illus because now he has the ability to route basically the entire mountain all in one big trip.
Yeah. I mean, it's only Turtle Rock that he can't go into unless, well,
yeah,
we can't do anything in there, but that's the only thing he's not going to pick up here. So yeah, routing-wise, speed-wise, this has been fantastic for Illus.
Yeah, if you have the ability to kind of put off your big mountain trip until you have both your gloves and your hook shot and your pearl and all that, like it's really beneficial.
Yeah, it's just so often that some of those items are up here. Matt showing us that yes, the ice rod instantly kills the blue guards, but only the blue guards.
Yeah, it does not. It only freezes the green ones. That's why it's not a valid weapon for a standard seed. We'll also get to see Ether Tablet while Illus is up here.
Yeah, this could be big if there is something here.
At this rate, probably just like a heart piece or something. We've had so much good stuff already. Yeah, Blue Ruby.
Yeah. Now, Matt has 430 rupees. I'm not sure if he can get the 500 of Zora.
Yeah, I don't know how you get
unless
that.
he goes in farm.
Yeah, I mean we do have a tier 1 20 rupees, so like that's technically farmable, but not really a great option. Maybe if one of our tier 2 or 3 pulls that we haven't seen is is the 80 rupee pull, then perhaps, but we could also see a peek in the desert. We haven't seen that from either runner here. And with no fire source, both of these runners will be leaving the Hera basement check behind, of course.
Yeah. And this is Matt unfortunately going into Eastern, or maybe just... Yeah, maybe just
I mean, we haven't seen anything of this yet either. This is new information.
Yeah.
Got a pennant on desert.
Yeah, Mothia goes down for Illus, easy because... Okay, green pennant in Eastern.
Vanilla green, alright.
Mothia outside his arena is not hard. Well, there's a fire rod.
That's the other half of our Trinex killing kit. We would just need ideally more swords to make that fight easier, but now it's possible.
I mean, tempered sword is okay.
Oh yeah, oh that's right. He does a tempered. Yeah, that's right. We're gonna look in the desert. I like this. Again, early book. It kind of makes you curious.
Yeah, the problem is he is delaying his boots, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And in something like desert, you really want those boots to dash around.
Actually, yeah, that's a good point. Fire Rod also gives us the ability to kill a cold stare. Could be running one of those, and with hook shot also, we can take out an Argus. We're not worried about any bosses at this point.
Helmet Store. Well, we can use bombs.
Yeah, you can use bombs.
And we're boots locked.
Yeah, Matt might be, like GFE and Chaz pointing out, Matt might be holding off on the flippers checks to try to do everything at once and hoping to get some more money elsewhere.
This thing has been very stingent with money, though.
Yeah, seriously. The desert is just immediately boots locked, so Matt gets pretty much nothing for it.
Matt really hopes he gets 100 rupees here or more.
Bugnet.
Not what he wanted. Now,
that's not going to help you.
Illus is going to give us a couple of new checks here on the Dark Death Mountain. Starting with Super Bunny Cave. And Matt is biting the bullet and is doing his whip checks.
Yeah. Map of Swamp Palace and Super Bunny, and another 300.
Yeah. You know where the worst place for the hammer would be? Mushroom turnip. Which is in logic.
TR is a bombus medallion for entry.
Mushroom is on Lake Island. You can technically walk all the way there from the village.
It's not ideal, but yeah.
Nope. It is absolutely horrible.
This is doing Hookshot Cave. We've got a map of Eastern. We're getting a lot of maps out. We know that one already is green. So, oh well. There's our first shield. Matt, having not found the money, has said, all right, well, I'm going to go for it.
I don't think there's any money here.
There isn't, no. 2 heart pieces and a freebie, and then the bottle on the ledge.
So both of our runners are gonna have to skip Zora for now.
Illus has got his 3rd sword from Spiral. I think if you're in this, you're thinking like, man, there's been no money anywhere. You're probably not worried about your opponent checking Zora because, like, how would you unless you spend time farming it?
Yeah. Oh, this is Illus actually going to the Dark World now. Without his fire rod, unfortunately, so he cannot finish Skullwoods.
Chad asking where Matt's pearl is. He's about to pick it up. He needs to get his 2nd glove from Bonk Rocks right here, and then he can scoot over to King's Tomb and pick up his pearl.
Hopefully he does that.
Yeah, hopefully. Illus now getting into Village. We've got a green rupee for our chess game prize.
Matt is going to get his Moonpearl here.
We have not yet seen a check on Lumberjack from either runner now.
Yep. Well, we don't have the lamp yet, so that is not in logic.
Let's going to get into Thieves Town here. We've got the big key in the first chest.
I mean, we have potentially 3 items here in the front and more in the back, so...
Yeah. Worth noting that every dungeon in MC Shuffle is worth 2 more items, so Thieves is a total of 6 possible good things to find.
However, this dungeon, the boss is already in the arena. You do not have to save the maiden. Even if it is blind.
Yep.
The randomness of the bosses that this seed is generated on has all of the bosses randomized in that way. There are other versions that where if blind is the boss, it will be vanilla to pick up in here, but for this version, every single boss is always in the arena at the start.
Yeah, Archipelago in particular has that quirk of a vanilla blind, still has the maiden, even in boss shuffle. But yeah, on the website, VT as we call it, yeah, it's just go straight for the boss room. No attic bombing required. And there's a Helmsar. We're gonna show off the bombs.
Yeah. Oh, Illus. That is 1 heart.
Do be careful here, yes.
It's not the longest dungeon to do over again, but you really don't want to skip any time here.
Oh, yeah, I had to hold that bomb for too long.
Yeah. And he dumped his fairy earlier, so no resurrection.
Well, you know what, boss is there. You can always come back and do it later. Yeah, like I said, These is a very quick trip to get back to the boss, so you can come back when it's more comfy.
Now, Matt is more inclined to go to Skullwoods here because he has that fire rod.
We do know it's a crystal dungeon.
Yeah, there's only 4 items here, but that's his first shield. And it's locked out.
Skull's one of these dungeons in MC that even if you don't have the fire rod to clear it... Oh, there's our hammer and brewery from Illus.
Yeah, Illus really wishing he had done that check before going into the Helma fight.
Yeah, he's going to go right back in. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
And now you probably do the back as well.
Considering you're not, you can full clear the dungeon. Yeah.
You already have the small key. You know there's an item in the big chest.
Yeah, Skullwoods in MC is a dungeon you might see. Even without the fire on, it's more lucrative to check because it's now 4 items instead of 2, so there's a better chance that you get good stuff out of the front. But yeah.
Surprisingly, Illus is not doing the back. He is completely skipping that. And considering that he has now gone to this boss twice, I don't see him going back to that
No, probably not.
anytime soon.
You might think he's already lost a bit of time there and has to make it up by skipping the rest of thieves.
Yeah.
Another bottle of the fairy. Is that all of them already?
Well, the 4th one is on Soda Sledge.
Oh, right.
That's Ether Medallion from Helmosor.
We do want that Ether Medallion to get into Myra, should that end up being a dungeon we need to go into.
Yeah. Now, Matt has one advantage over Illus. He has 2 fairies in bottles. Which in boss shuffle can be useful. Okay, glitch boss, come on.
Armos in this room is great. Watch one of them in the corner kind of
Yep.
go wrap around the... Yep, there it is. Armos has a lot of fun in this room. He just kind of...
Yeah, the floor really messes those up.
That one on the side usually ends up just in the wall and clips over there on the other side. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna go ahead and use that potion. Meanwhile, Illus is working on the smith chain here, having all the convenient equipment to make this a fast process.
Yeah, I mean, that cane usage is so good there. And just a big key for the dungeon on the boss. But yeah, getting that boss without the bow on that conveyor, that's not easy.
Yeah.
Powder check here from Illus? After choosing not to check the pad that he could have checked. Now, to be fair, there's a whole lot more items that could be on that pedestal that are not useful in any way. But Illus is going for the chest.
Gonna go ahead and drag purple along for a little trip. Matt's still working on finding items in Skull Woods.
Yeah, so far nothing of use.
Just a heart piece in K45. We'll skip that. No shovel yet, so we'll go back to the Dark World, pick up Stumpy, and head towards Hype Cave. I think is that a red crystal on Swamp? I think we saw.
I think it was.
Well, if so, that's both of our reds already. We don't need to stop at the bomb shop for information there.
And we know 2 of our pendants is Desert and Eastern, right?
Yeah. We have Myers map, but I don't think we've seen what that prize is from other side just yet.
Now Matt is gonna check the lumberjack ledge here, just a piece of heart. Illus is bringing in the purple chest for bombos.
Alright, well that's all 3 of our medallions. We're not worried about those anymore. We did know that's the one that gets us an Eternal Rock. Some bombs on Bombo's tablet.
Fitting. We're gonna get a graveyard ledge check here. Illus has often this area. Well, he hasn't done Skullwoods yet, so he'll do it when he gets to that point.
Ooh, half magic. We take that.
Okay, Illus just walked in to check the boss. I think that was a Homosaur? Did chat catch what the boss was in Swamp?
Interesting. Okay. Oh, okay. So Illus doesn't have the fire rod. So like, actually, that's kind of a valid check. Like, you're checking to see if that's like a Trinex or an Argus. I guess he can kill, or not an Argus, a Cold Stare. But if you see a Trinex, you're like, nope. I may as well do this later, I guess.
Yeah, and it was a Landmo in here, so that is very heads up play by Illus. He checks a dry swamp. He doesn't pull the lever. As sees, oh, it's Landmo, I can beat this dungeon. Goes back out and clears it.
And then opens the dungeon. Yeah.
Yeah. Now Matt is going to get his hammer before going into these town.
This will make his Helma fight a little bit easier, and a matter of whether he decides to clear the dungeon in one swoop.
Yeah. Right now, it feels like Matt is slightly behind. Just a little bit, not much. But I think he feels a little bit behind based on the timing of getting his Darkhold access, the running around in CAC a little bit. So I hope he does the back here.
Yeah, I hope so too. We like to see the divergence there, and for our sake, for having information, we want to know if anything is there. Because we, the viewers and the commentators and the trackers, everyone, we like as much information as possible. There's our big 20 in Encompass chest.
Yeah, so far nothing as well.
This is going to go straight for the back.
Okay, so Illus tricked me earlier when I thought that there was a key in the front of Thieves Town. He actually picked up the pot. That's why he had one extra key.
Okay.
But he's going to check the boss, and knowing yes, I can kill this.
Map of ice and a compass to ice. Oh, map and compass to ice palace and flooded room. All right, cool. There's our first bow in the waterfall room in Swamp.
Oh my god, Swamp. That bow is gonna push Illus towards Eastern Pole.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt.
That is gonna give Illus his fire rod. At which point he is in Kane go mode.
Not a great go mode to have, considering that Kane can be a lot of places except for basically like the boss of Mire and anywhere in Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
It's taking in a Lambo fight with a not too bad, and we got a 10 pack of arrows for our troubles, but more importantly, that crystal.
Yeah. Now, I don't believe Illus did the digging game.
No, let's skip dig game in favor of Dragon Purple Chest, so we're getting this new off of Matt.
Yeah.
It's just a map of Pod. Oh, actually, we don't know Pod. Oh, was that a pendant?
Yep, pendant. So
Pendant Pod Eastern. Oh.
Yeah. Illus is not aware of that. There's a shovel.
And a lamp.
A lamp.
And some Aria.
Pain.
Well then.
So, Illus will be in go mode when he goes to Sahasrara's closet. Which is probably right now.
Is that an actual 10 out of 10 hype cave at this point? Like, is it?
I mean, it's at least an 8.
Going right for Pyramid Fairy. I mean, you've got the red crystals, you're in the area, sure, why not?
Illus doesn't have the info about dependents yet.
Yeah, Illus has seen... Well, yeah, actually, no, Illus is very close, actually. Illus, I think, is down to just knowing whether it's, like, TR or Pod for the last crystal, I think, by his maps.
Yeah, unfortunately, Matt has skipped Purple Chest, which is his bombos.
And Illus just needs to, yeah, go to Saw's closet and get the fire rod, and there you go. We're gonna be prepped to blitz through the rest of this seed.
GT Compass, not useful at all.
Not at all. We don't get boss hands in GT.
Now, this is a little bit... Oh, I'm not sure where it is going. It's going to ice.
Rice going for the crystal there. That's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, Fire Rod is a little bit faster, but it's okay.
Yeah, this is fine. Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is he is gonna full clear here instead of go moding. A go moded Ice Palace is a bit faster. And Vanilla Boss. So Matt is going to get his bow in here, at which point he doesn't know Turtle Rock is bombos.
Yeah, at that point we'll be split on our accesses to Ice Palace for each of these runners for their go mode items.
Yeah.
Bombos and Purple Chest from Matt. Illus will need the Fire Rod from Sahasrara's closet. So we definitely have the ability to kind of go really fast in the sea, but it's a matter of how long does it take for either of these guys to actually get their go mode. Like, both of those items are a little bit out of the way, considering Fire Rod is in a pendant pod eastern area, and Purple Chest is kind of it's a bit isolated at this point for Matt.
Yes, however, Illus doesn't know exactly which dungeons are pendants yet. He can guess that either pod or Eastern is a pendant, but he can't know for sure.
Yeah, he might head over there just on the idea of, well, pod's there, has a bunch of items in it, and it might be a crystal. Yeah, I feel like Illus more likely finds go mode before Matt does at this point.
Yeah, the problem is Illus might just go mode a pod, which is pendant.
Potentially, yeah.
There is Matt's bow. And he knows now, okay, I might be in go mode.
Yeah, you have to think with 2 out of 3 medallions, you might just be good to go, yeah.
He hasn't been to the mire area either.
I think both of them have seen, yeah, they've both been to mire sheds, so they both know that mire is ether.
Did not go there?
Yeah, Matt went there, I think, before Illus. Matt went there before,
No,
one of them
Illus,
went.
Illus had mixed one with Matt.
Yeah, but yeah, I know one of them has looked at checkerboard and it wasn't Illus. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
Checkerboard was up. He's hard to remember that. Yeah, they've both seen Myers Medallion.
Yeah, done it. I think Illus was doing Thieves Town at that point.
Right, Matt's done with Swamp. Gonna mirror. We'll see where he goes next. Possibly also over to Ice.
It's very possible.
Yep, there's the Flute 8. Ice is just a very good choice at this point. It's a crystal dungeon, and you've got everything you need to go for it, and it's convenient also with Samaria. Like you just go for it. It's also a not too slow 5 items if you're going to full clear it. Let's opening up this vanilla cold star fight. Doesn't have the fire rod, so we have to use the bombos and just keep them in the corner as much as possible. Very nicely done. And you get a heart piece for your troubles.
Matt is go moded.
Oh, he is, yeah. I'm not surprised, actually. As long as he assumes that anything he skips in a dungeon while he's in go mode is he doesn't go back for, and just decides to, I don't know, he has to stumble upon purple chest is the correct answer. Or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you go moded several dungeons without picking up any items at all, or like he might pick this one. Yeah, he picks up items that he's walking along.
Yeah. Yeah, you get the very convenient checks, yeah.
Yeah, he gets the convenient ones.
And Illus has map check to see his pendant at Eastern, so he knows his dungeon information now.
Okay, so he might just avoid that entire area for as long as he can.
Yeah, we might not see him get to Saha's Closet for a long time here. This is an interesting race here with where their go mode items are located.
Yeah. Illus has been a little bit more thorough inside dungeons. He skipped the Ice Tea. And he skipped the back of Peace Town.
Yeah. Illus knows for sure that he is not in go mode. He's still missing that fire rod, so we'll still be looking for it.
Yeah, now, Illus might be heading into dungeons that have Trinex.
Oh yeah, we don't know that either. That's a possibility.
Yeah, so he might just be stumped by that and has to go back for it later. We do have the compass here.
Vanilla Vitreous.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, I know we have the compass for Meyer. It's a matter of when he checks for the boss, so we can kill that. Couple of vanilla bosses so far. This is full boss shuffle. So we're guaranteed at least one of every boss, and the 2 bosses which can repeat are randomized. So you could have like 2 Vitreouses, 2 Trinexes, 2 Arguses, but there will only be 3 repeat bosses.
3 repeat bosses, and at a maximum 2 each. Okay, Matt, where are you going after this?
Going to
same.
Meyer and Desert. Yep. Or at least Meyer, yeah.
Yep.
I mean, in his case, yeah, he's just acting like he's in go mode here. I mean, he'll be disappointed when he gets up the mountain and sees that Turtle Rock is Bombos, and then it's a matter of, well, how do you pick this back up and start medallion hunting then?
I mean, first you clear the mountain. That he hasn't cleared yet. But then...
Yeah.
If I were in his shoes, I would start doing overworld checks. Because if you skip that item along the way in your go mode frenzy, you've already lost. Because your opponent is going to make those checks. Unless they weren't go mode at that point, and then it doesn't matter. So Illus only skipped the cutscene chest. Without that fire rod, there is no spooky here for Illus.
Yeah, he's gonna do it the slow way. Still showing off the neat cane dash there. Oh, big keys over here. Okay, so I think Illus is possibly keeping track of the keys and realizing there's a key in the cutscene chest.
Ah. Not really sure why Matt is map checking for the boss, because he has all of the items to clear any boss.
Yeah, maybe for magic consumption reasons.
Yeah,
or something like that,
he was checking for magic there because he got half magic somewhere.
He does have the half. Yeah, it was in Grave Ledge.
Ah, that might be prudent if we run into a Trinex, especially on ice.
Yeah, an ice Trinex would be. It asks a lot of you.
Yeah, especially without half magic. That almost requires you to have some kind of mana potion.
Yeah. Matt having the fire rod, this ability to do spooky through the mire basement, and does it just fine, saving some time there.
Yeah. I mean, Matt is doing these dungeons a little bit more effective than Illus is right now. Mostly down to that fire rod and Illus being more thorough.
Ooh, barely dodged a lightning. Oh no!
He has
I think
fairies.
he has a fairy.
Yeah,
he has fairies, he's fine. Yeah, you're right.
He has 2 fairies.
Both of them still, yeah.
Okay, that audio was scuffed. Sorry about that, chat.
Yeah, a little bit.
And yeah, every runner keeps forgetting that every boss in MC Boss Shuffle drops their item in the middle.
Yeah. There are some bosses in certain rooms where you can actually still get the item, like if you get it like the first frame, the boss, like the item is like there for 1 frame before it teleports to the middle, but most of them drop in just straight in the middle, yeah.
Yeah. Now, Matt knows Desert is a pendant, and he is gonna skip it.
Going for another little bit of restock. Anticipating the possibility of having to fight like a make sure you're stocked up in case that we don't have to worry about like a Trinex or something you can't deal with. Yeah. Half magic with 2 blues, you've got no problem for the rest of the seed probably. There's an armor upgrade for Illus in the desert big chest. That's nice to see.
Okay. Now, Matt is gonna be very unhappy seeing this.
Yeah, he's gonna have to suddenly be not in go mode.
Yeah.
I mean, again, I don't blame him for making the decision he made. 2 out of 3 medallions, like you just assume you're in go mode because that's kind of like the play that the top runners will make all the time.
And if you're not in go mode, you haven't done Hookshot Cave, you haven't done Super Bunny Cave. You have 6 chests up here where it just might be.
Yeah, we've seen it often enough that you get up to TR and you're like, oh, I don't have the medallion. You go check Super Bunny and Hookshot Cave and you just find it basically under the doorstep. You're like, oh, well, okay, then I'll go into TR. Alright, where's Illus headed next? Little spin there's like, oh man, damn it, I don't have that one. Video game, why have you done this to me?
And Illus is gonna go get his go mode.
Alright, this is very good. This is very good for Illus.
Yeah, Matt has to... let's see... Oh yeah, Illus has not done Skullwoods yet. So Matt has to pretty much beeline purple chest here for this to be even, I think.
Yeah. Nils has the mirror out, confirming he's about to mirror to Saha's closet and get his Go Mode Fire Rod.
Yeah, Sphere 1 Fire Rod at 53 minutes. Not fun.
Yeah, Sphere 1. Yeah. There it is. That's Go Mode for Illus at 53:39. We are gonna move, get out to... Oh, you map checked pod. I thought you... Illus, you've seen this map. You looked at that, I'm pretty sure. What's he doing?
I don't think... He doesn't have the map. That
I
was
swear
on Digging Game. It was
I
on Digging
swear
Game.
he-
No,
Mm.
that was Matt. It was on Digging Game. It'll skip this. He is doing a gamble that this
Oh,
is a
right.
crystal
Okay.
and that Skullwoods isn't. Which is a really bad... I mean, yes.
Oh, it's between Skull and Pod. Okay, not TR and Pod. Got it.
No, he's seen that Skull is a crystal.
See, I thought he saw that TR was a crystal. That's the weird thing. Oh, I mean, obviously he doesn't know, so he's doing
Yeah,
it.
so we have to ask him after this because, yeah, this is a Go Mode pod, but this is a pendant. This put Matt back in the game if he can get to purple chest soon. And he's... Why is he clearing it?
He's just on the big key.
Oh, right. You actually need the big key for this dungeon.
It is still Pod. You still have to hunt the big key. Yeah.
This might be mushroom for Matt. Oh no, it's the big bomb. Oh no, is he gonna go over to Eastern and Pod and search for his bombos? So
I mean, going to Pod Eastern when you haven't touched either of those dungeons, there's a lot of density over there. It's a pretty reasonable play to make.
yeah, that's sad for Matt if he does that. Little glitch here to get the bomb back in your possession. And yes, you have to go back and forth like that because you have to cross it on the frame it explodes.
Yeah. I like that bomb dupe setup where you just go through the hammer pegs with the right timing. It's pretty consistent.
Yeah.
This is now on his way to the back of Pod, still hunting that big key.
Yeah, unfortunately this is Eastern, yeah. Unfortunately for Matt.
There's our red boomerang. Turtle chest.
Yeah, I mean, once Illus finishes this dungeon and gets a pendant, he is gonna feel incredibly behind.
Potentially, yeah.
He's spending 4 minutes in here. More, I think he's gonna spend 6 minutes in here.
Knowing you dumped all this time into Pod for a
Yeah,
prize you don't
for
need.
nothing.
There's the big key in Hellway.
Yeah. It was literally for nothing. He was in go mode before he went here.
It's not like we found anything else like a anything else he could have used, like another
Magic
sword or a bow or
silvers,
something.
yeah. I mean, Matt is gonna full clear it anyway, so...
Yeah, and the time between them is, if anything, Illus is a little bit better on time because Matt is still looking for that Bombos Medallion. Yeah.
I mean, Purple Chest is just such a bad location for a Medallion.
Yeah, especially when you've knocked out most of this myth chain already. Yeah. Illus having a nice turtle room there. I like how he cleaned up the last two with the dash. It was cool to see.
While our runners are going to the pod here, please go follow them. The links are in chat.
Ooh, a Trinex.
Okay, that's one of our Trinexes. Remind me to ask Illus what he actually feels when he sees this pendant drop.
Yeah. Alright, so now Illus has received the news. He knows what he has to do. We're going to flute to 3, clean up Skull, and then get on up that mountain for one last time.
Skullwoods is just sprinting to the back.
Yeah.
Smart here by Illus to pick up his potions now.
Yep, do your shopping while you're fluting. Make sure you've got plenty of magic capability in case you run into another Trinex. Especially if it's on ice. Not that our ice Trinex percentage at this point is very high. We've already seen one, which significantly reduces the chance of seeing another one. By what we've seen right now, we're both looking at about an 11% chance of an ice Trinex. That's assuming we would have to go down to that room, so it's quite unlikely that we have that fight this time around.
Yeah.
There's our other armor upgrade in the big chest of pod. Big chest of desert and pod had both of our armors. And Matt's skipping the boss, says I'm going to Eastern.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one item. You might have checked what's Trinex, but it's way too long of a check for a single item. Illus Illus is heading into this Skullwoods fight.
We haven't yet seen our second bow or our fourth sword yet, so Matt still could come out with some nice stuff here, but yeah, it's good. This is just more time. Illus is now actually in go mode, clearing dungeons, gonna be getting up the mountain in short order here. Again, this is just game 1 of their series, so no matter who wins this, they will have a game 2 at the very least, and then you can, if you lose this first game, you can think, all right, just gonna make sure you can take your game 2 and try to get to a game 3, and that could change up your strategy a little bit, depending on how you want to play.
I believe their game 2 is on the same time tomorrow.
Oh yeah, let me look at that. Yeah, so tomorrow at 4:10 Eastern. Yeah, same thing. Their game 2 is scheduled then. No restreams confirmed for tomorrow just yet, but I'd imagine we'll have a decent chance of getting them on restream again. Remember that you can always put the exclamation point schedule in the any SpeedGaming chat to see what is going on all the channels, or go to speedgaming.org/schedule. It just runs out of arrows on the Armos fight here, and then go to the sword spins, slashes, swords. Don't get beat up too hard by this one, please.
Yeah, this floor does make this a lot harder. Uh-oh. Yeah, you need
Actually,
a
just gonna
potion
heal
right now.
This boss is terrible sometimes. It was one hit away, of course.
Because you have no idea how many spins or slashes you are away from killing it, because that's not something you do.
You don't keep track of damage on Armos Knights, no. we're out of skull. Illus is going to mirror out. We're going to flute.
And since we are now going to Ganon's tower with Illus, we are going to have a little gaming chat. So get your guesses in between 1 and 22.
Gonna go shopping in first, but yeah.
Yeah. Where you think that the DTB key is going to be? Turtle Rock is. Oh, sorry. Turtle Rock is a crystal. I completely forgot about that.
Not yet. I was about to say, I think that says early for some reason.
Yeah.
I feel like it's early, yeah.
Yeah. Illus baited me with clearing pod.
Alright, we got a moth in the back of Eastern Palace. That is our first repeat boss, actually.
Yeah. Which I believe lowers the chance of Trinax, right?
Still 11%.
Okay. And Matt is going back in for the bomb boss.
Yeah, at this point, I think. Yeah, I think it's a justifiable decision. You're basically in full clear of the game until you find that Bombus Medallion. You can justify this either way. It's like, well, I don't want to leave this behind in case it's here, or I want to skip this because it takes too long and go do something else. Either way.
I mean, at this point, he fears Pet.
Yeah, he didn't read Pet earlier. We actually don't know what's on it. For all he knows, he could think it's there because you've got Desert, Pod, and Eastern are your pendants. Like, there's nothing that disqualifies a Bombus Medallion there. And he could be counting on that, thinking, well, if it's Ped and I'm rushing pendants, there's a good chance my opponent doesn't do this, and if it's there, then I get a huge bailout. This is now into Turtle Rock. Going to be go-muding this dungeon as fast as possible, which for TR is not necessarily that fast because it is a very linear dungeon and we still have to find some keys. No keys so far, so it looks like we're going to have a vanilla bag today. Which will require us to basically full clear the dungeon to make sure we find all 4 small keys. Taking down Trinax Phase 1 with no problem. Lines up for the spin. The trick with the Trinax 2 is you release the spin right as the shell disappears, and you should get that double hit on the head, no problem. Big 20 and his pendant.
Yeah, Illus is making his way as quickly as he can through Turtle Rock. Yeah,
Chad, don't forget that Fire Up was required for Skullwoods. We did actually need it.
Yeah, we did need it. And we don't know if we need it in GD either.
Yep,
which
it's possible we run into a second Trinax we have to fight. Yeah.
Okay, so Matt is going to flute. Now, there is still an entire possibility about Trinax on Ice. And you... Oh, Matt almost...
Oh, he was going to 3. I was thinking this is a chance, but he's going... Oh, Desert. Okay.
Yeah. He was almost gonna go for... Split chain there, I think.
That was the right location to flute to, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's decided, or maybe that was a premature flute. He's like, I want to pull Ped, but he's thinking a little bit too far ahead. That's a possibility. But he's chasing the pendants, thinking like Ped's the thing to do. Yeah. This is now getting out to the big chest of TR. Again, having a vanilla big means you're going to have to check everything to make sure you don't leave a key behind. There's a key in the big chest, so yep, you got to get that. And I'll be looking for one more small key distributed somewhere between the crystal ore chest and one of the 4 on laser bridge. Vanilla big in desert, because of course it is.
Why wouldn't it be? And yeah, that big chest small key, it was required for Illus, so...
Matt will get his other armor upgrade here in the desert big chest. So assuming he plays the rest of the seed out, he'll be very, very well defended. We haven't actually seen what the boss of desert is going to be here, so this will give us a little more information to put towards what our final bosses in GT will end up being. Let's find the first small key, or small key in the first check laser bridge. We are headed to the boss room. We have simultaneous new boss fights coming up here momentarily. Being just a little bit faster. There's our first blind.
In this room, you want to get up and slash him as fast as you can, because otherwise he can go very, very far up. Now he is slightly lower, which makes it easy to maneuver around these spikes.
And there's our other blind in desert.
Okay.
Simultaneous blind fights. How about that?
Yeah. So now, chat, get your numbers into between 1 to 22 to see where we find our GT big key.
It is now time. We have those 7 crystals. I'm going to go with my usual guess of 18.
I'm gonna go with 21 because I actually want Trinex's eyes.
You want to see what's down there? Yeah, I don't blame you. We're at a 9% chance right now. It's pretty unlikely, but still possible.
Yeah.
We're actually we're most likely to get an Argus. We haven't seen one Argus yet.
So Argus has to be in the basement or in the...
Yeah.
He has to be in one.
Or Lambo too, yeah. Cannot be on top.
Yeah. And he has to appear at some point in this seat.
Yeah, we're guaranteed at least one every boss, so we are definitely seeing... Well, unless we don't go to the basement, if we go to the basement, we're definitely seeing an Argus somewhere. Right, check number 1 on the torch. Big 20. You go to the blind bull. Yeah, you do it at this point. All right. What is actually here?
Sword.
A sword would be funny. Big 20.
Number 2, small key. Number 3, small key. Number 4, small key.
Give the 4?
5.
Oh, come on.
20 rupees.
You're supposed to give us the 4-banger, the keys in the stealth room. Come on. That was close.
6 rupees, 7 map.
Map of GT, of course. Not that that's helpful. There's no prize here. We don't care about that map.
And Matt is doing back of Thieves Town before Double Chest.
A little bit of trouble getting the block in the right position there. The Gibdos are being terrible as usual.
8, 20 rupees. 9, 20 rupees. 10, big key.
Number 10 is the winner.
And you don't meet at an inn? You don't meet in an inn? I should say correctly, is the first one to guess correctly. Congratulations, you win 2 internet points, which you can use absolutely nowhere.
I see VXR441 actually was the first guess on 10.
Did it?
Yep.
Oh, I am so sorry. VXR441. You also get 2 internet points today. My apologies.
We also now get into the climb. We are going to go as fast as possible here. We got a decent toolkit for doing so. No half magic, but we know we have at least one potion in the bottle, so he's very easily able to climb this in quick fashion.
And I think that Matt is gambling here on that. If it's on purple chest, he has lost.
Mm-hmm.
He knows that. So he has to play every other angle. I think this is last location for him.
Could be Zora.
Zora or Mushroom.
We haven't seen Zora either. Zora, that mushroom, yeah.
Yeah, this is purple chest.
He's yeah. Well, yeah. Oh, he hasn't done any of this mid chain yet. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he went down to the in-game and then just went for K45 and moved on.
Yeah, which honestly is pretty reasonable. You can save Smith Chain for later, especially when you've got like the flute. It makes it very easy to get back here.
We did get a second Helmasaur here, which means that there is a Victorious in the basement.
Argus, you mean?
Not Argus, I mean, sorry. That means... what boss can we have left in the arena?
We could have anything that's not a blind or a Helma. We've got one repeat left still.
Didn't we have 2 Mothilas already?
No, only one moth.
Okay, so I think that's probably Mothula then, because can there be any other boss there? Oh, Moldworm.
Yeah, we could have a vanilla Moldworm. Could be a Cold Stare as well. That's a possibility. Not Argus though. Argus can't be in that room.
Have we seen a Moldworm?
Yeah. Oh wait, Moldworm. Did we not see him? Oh, you're right. We haven't seen a Moldworm.
Yeah. So it's vanilla.
Vanilla Moldworm. All right, that's 3 vanilla bosses. I thought we'd seen everything already once. Nope, you are right.
Matt is going to get his go mode before Illus finishes this, but unfortunately, yeah, this is quite a bit too late to see.
Yeah.
Illus is still checking for silvers or golds.
You would like to find them. Yeah, it'd be nice. Even half magic would be nice for him to come up with. We know he's not going to find it. That's in Graveledge.
Hey.
He has 5 eyes. /1 spin takes it down just fine. Will we check the last chest? Yeah, oh, 50 rupees. It's an upgrade from vanilla. Dashing to the last couple rooms, we'll be getting into the Agate 2 fight, just as Matt is about to acquire his Go Mode Bombas from the purple chest.
Yeah, not a good feeling.
Yeah. Their Go Modes were about 15 minutes apart, somewhere in that range. I forget exactly when Illus was in Go Mode.
53.
Oh, more than that. Okay, geez.
Yeah.
Yeah, seed like this where you get so much so early and then you're just like down to needing just a small number of items, even just one for Go Mode. It's it can create a lot of variance. Like these are the kind of seeds you in a way you might fear as a racer, because it's you can get randoed really hard by something just being a location where you don't get to it until very late.
Yeah, I mean, purple chest is usually that type of place that...
Yeah, purple's just a really rude location generally. I mean, yeah, chat's point now, like, even though, like, Matt took forever to get to his go mode, he's still only an hour 18 in. Like, this has still been very fast. Like, having a super early flute, the boots are pretty accessible too. Like, it's just been a blazing fast seed.
Illus fighting Ganon now with a tempered sword, which should net him a 1-on-1 here. If he gets enough slashes in here. Just
into phase 3 now. We'll see how many extra teleports Ganon gives us. So far, pretty good. I missed the text. What was the hint there?
I missed it too, sorry.
Dang. Chat. I'm sure chat someone saw it. Silver's in GT, of course, yeah.
Yeah. Duh.
I think Silver's, of course, means you do the Silverless Ganon, which Illus just needs a total of 12 tempered spins to hit that 3-frame window right before Ganon teleports. The spin slash stays out for, I think, 30 frames, so it's very easy to just put rapid around that window and get a hit every time.
Can hit him with a hammer within those 3 frames, but that's a lot harder.
Oh, good luck. Thankfully, the logic never considers that a thing you have to do. Silvers are always in logic and swordless.
Yeah. Illus has defeated Ganon and needs to cross the 1x3 bridge. Get your GDs in chat for Illus.
He's going to come across with an official time in first place of 1 hour, 20 minutes, and 57 seconds.
And surprising absolutely no one, Matt is going to forfeit this second now.
Yep, there it is.
Get your GDs in chat for Matt as well. He cleared this seat so fast, but unfortunately Illus was faster. And we have an Illus here in chat with us. GG.
GG. GG, Matt.
We also have Matt in here. GG.
And the jet potential on this one is quite high. You just have to find these 2 isolated items, kind of, basically.
that was a wild seed for sure. Like, Fire at Go mode was like, yeah, I kind of expected that I left something along the way that which within an earlier sphere, so kind of went back for it.
Yeah, like your early sphere was just so loaded. Like this seed opened up super fast. It's honestly not surprising that it's very easy to leave something behind at that point because of how much this game opens up real fast.
The only thing it didn't have was money.
Yeah, the money was frustrating in the early game.
I mean, yeah, but at least we have Flute to come back to Bottle Vendor and stuff like that. I figured against Matt, I would just go where the stuff leads me, and if I have to skip something, then I'll skip something, like Zora in this case, for example. Like I got away with a lot in this seed for sure. Though in exchange I had to do a pendant pot. I heard the map was in digging game. Or something.
Yeah,
so,
digging game.
So that was the price I had to pay, but I still like, and even though I died to Helma and I had a very bad, Armos Knights fight, I knew that I hit a really good route, and I just tried to play it well in the end.
It's funny because, ironically, that pod map in digging game is what actually sunk me, because that made me find out I was 1 item from go mode and I had Hype Cave, full clearable, both swamp and ice, so that's why I obviously am not going to do Smith Chain in that situation.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like we've talked about it before, and I was basically choosing between doing Dig Game or doing Smiths when I was in Virtual Podcast because we already had so many items, and I figured, well, like doing both of those things would just take too much time, so I decided to just skip Dig Game, and it rewarded me. It rewarded me hard. I definitely have to say that I got lucky for the most part here.
So that pod dip of yours, Illus, was that just a 50-50?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I had no idea which one of those two was a crystal. And I was already there, so I figured might as well go, even though, you know, I feared that the key layout was bad and that finding the big key would take an enormous amount of time, maybe. But, well, I mean, you would feel stupid as well if TR is a pendant and you just go there and there's nothing and you have to go down the mountain again. Like, there's no winning if you choose wrong, basically.
Yeah, I mean, if the choice is there between those two, it is very probable that you choose pod at that point because you're already there, as you say, and they are both horribly long dungeons if the pod key layout is bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but Matt, that early game was slow, unfortunately.
Mine was quite early game was quite bad because I don't Uncle Route, and I don't know if Illus Uncle Routes or not. I didn't actually look, but so I knew if I was against somebody who had done the Uncle Route, they very likely would have gotten their Dark World access very quickly, whereas I did not. And so that's why when I was in the 2/3 go mode for the Medallion, I never even thought about checking TR because I was like, I'm likely behind, and not knowing this Medallion may be a good thing because they would likely check things along the way. And if it is Bombos, I probably need it to be somewhere, somewhat obscure. And the other thing was, in terms of going back to Smith Chain, I also knew that if someone had gotten that Dark World access early, they likely might not have had the Fire Rod. So then you almost always do Smith Chain, which I think is actually what happened. Well, you said it was Gomo was Fire Rod. So you're looking for an extra item. And in my head, I was like, okay, so 2/3 of the time, I'm good. I'm probably on a winning track. And even in that 1/3 of the time, I have so many places I can go, like the Pod Eastern area. I'm not going to assume somebody's going to skip Dig Game, right? So I would assume that they would have the knowledge. Like that whole area of the map would have been still good for me. Even Dark Death Mountain is fine for me. Like I was go moding the Crystal Dungeons because like even if it's Bombos, I don't want it to be there. So like there was such a high probability that I was in a good situation. It had to be both that the Medallion was Bombos, which happens 1/3 or less of the time, and it's not in one of these places. That's still okay for me, So I was like, whatever, I will gamble this, and the small percentage I lose, I'm fine with it. And that is unfortunately for me what happened, and I would do it every single time again.
Yeah, I can imagine we hit very different routes, especially with the light world. I do not Uncle Route, but I did an early castle, which is how I got my flippers and my boots. And, then it all kind of chained together. But yeah, it turned out very well for me. As I said, I got very lucky, like all of my decisions paid out. None of the places I left behind had like, my go mode Fire Rod, and I just rushed through everything and skipped an awful lot of items, and it worked out.
So
Yeah, like the big one was basically just like the clearing of pod because you didn't know the prize, but at that point it's like you've got to clear a dungeon and pod is right there. You may as well go for it.
Yeah, and I also knew that I might be in a good position with that bombos that I found, but I wasn't sure. Like the Fire Rod was so early, I couldn't really imagine the chain of decisions you can make when I found it, and so I couldn't really estimate, well, if I truly was ahead. But the way the seed played out definitely didn't feel bad.
Yeah, I went to Sahasra because I had like 450 rupees, so I just stopped in there to try and get the last few potentially before doing the water checks. And so that's how I got it early.
Yeah, that the just trying really hard to get the money for Zora. But man, neither of you hit Zora because it's like you still never came up with the money, and then you're like, well, I guess I have to do my flippers checks now. And then you get your boots, and you're like, all right, well, I'm just leaving Zora forever. And then from your boots, you get your second glove and your pearl, and then like, well, now the game's open. You can go wherever you want. So yeah, Zora was just never meant to be in the seed.
So, if you have any final thoughts on the seed or the race, go ahead.
Not really, just thanks for the commentary and the restream. GG's Illus. I guess I'll see you tomorrow.
Again, see you tomorrow. Yeah, I want to say that this might not be the best mode for competitive play because the bosses are kind of random and you don't know the dungeon prices, and it can easily end up like this. And yeah, I'm looking forward to testing my skills against you tomorrow again with maybe a mode that is not as high variance as this one.
Well, I think it's really likely we're getting inverted keys. So I guess
It looks like it, yeah.
So,
I mean, I wouldn't mind at all.
yeah, I'm just saying, I've signed up for commentary on that. If I get commentary for that, you're not getting inverted.
Okay, well,
See.
hopefully you get picked.
We'll see. I've recently played inverted, but I guess Matt didn't. Yeah, it's just I'm looking forward to playing Matt because he's very, very strong, and it's always a show for sure.
Yeah, it's always fun.
Yeah, in the inverted keys mode, and I think in this tournament, probably the most interesting one, the flute start makes it really cool. There's so many interesting options you can take compared to a normal inverted seed. It's really neat.
You mean like getting past Lionel's and Dark Death Mountain? Fun times.
Dodge the Lionel's always fun. Yeah.
I've played enough inverted to usually succeed, but yeah, like that's something that people probably didn't expect when they said they wanted a flute start or something, and it's fun how people adapt. So yeah, if it's inverted keys, then I'll gladly take it. I'm having a lot of fun with that, regardless if I win or lose. So yeah, would be nice.
We'll look forward to that. Again, we have nothing confirmed for restreams yet tomorrow, but these two will play at the same time. So if you want to watch them and they don't get a restream tomorrow, make sure you give them both a follow. You can look up a multi-stream and see how their game 2 goes. If they get inverted keys or maybe Ambrosia looks like another likely option. Reminder, you can always check the speedgaming.org/schedule to see what all's going on all 6 channels. Make sure you're following all those channels, SpeedGaming and SpeedGaming 2 through 6, to make sure you don't miss a minute of this tournament action. Thank you again to our runners for being on restream and putting on a good show for us. You both played very well. Rando be rando, and we can only have one runner per race so far, of course. So we'll look forward to seeing how game 2 goes for you. And thank you again to our crew, Akihish, for tracking, keeping things accurate on screen for us. We appreciate our trackers' efforts greatly, and also to my co-commentator, Titan84. It's been a pleasure commentating with you today.
It's been a big pleasure. I also want to thank chat for being here all the time. You keep us in check when we miss something. Big thanks to the admin team as well, behind all of this, doing all of the work, actually getting all of these restreams up. And I also want to say that right now, as we are ending here, on SpeedGaming 2, there is P-Train versus Pennyroyal Oil. It has been going on for a little bit. If you wait around here for a bit, I want to say about 50 minutes on this channel, we do have Air versus Obscure Lifeform. And in 20 minutes time on SpeedGaming Main, we have Zelga Desan versus Jay Meisher. So this evening has a lot of rando for on many channels, so please check them out.
So good. Dirt versus Jamesher also is a game 3 in their round 2 set, so that's a pivotal game for them. That might be a really good one to watch. But in any case, chat, thanks for hanging out with us. Hope you enjoyed watching. Go check out one of those other games. See a few more races for tonight. And until next time, take care of yourselves. We'll see you back here soon.
Bye.